A to the F to the R to the O. What is up, guys? After the Roster here, back with another podcast video. Today, I got a returning guest, the Haitian sensation himself.
Obidiah another.
How you doing, bro?
Doing great, man.
So tell me, man, how has things been since the last time we had talked on the podcast? I know we hit a lot of things. We hit up your upbringing, your mental health, where you live. Like, tell me how has things been since then?
It's been like they've been steadily like getting a little bit better. I remember a conversation we had about putting yourself a little bit first as opposed to like putting yourself in the back burner. And I feel like ever since I've taken that into a little bit of my life, it's been really helping me be more, I guess, happy and just a little bit more self-caring than I used to be. Um, and but yeah, it's life's been being pretty a little bit better every day. I'm saying it's a little bit better.
And that's what we love to hear. And as far as like what you're doing now, what have you done now to help yourself, alleviate some of those things that you were feeling? Because I remember you saying that the feeling like always being sad.
I feel like it's always gonna be there a little bit, but I feel like I've learned a little bit better on how to manage that. Like I will, like one thing I picked up to do was journaling, hang out with people, and just being more willing to just say, "Hey, I don't want to do this," and just don't do it. Instead of doing things for the sake of other people, being okay with just saying, look, hey, I don't want to do this and I'm just not going to do it. Or doing something for myself, maybe just taking a minute or a little bit of the day to just think about myself and take care of the business I have to take care of before I go out and help somebody, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that I'm safe or make sure that I feel like I've done a lot enough for myself before I go out and, think about what other people are going through or feel for them, you know.
So it's like now you're also putting yourself and also still keeping that thought about others in mind. And where do you feel like that's central?
Uh, my wanting to like care for other people. I feel like where it comes from is just when I was really down one time, I just felt like I wasn't anybody I could really ask for help. And so I always felt like after that moment that if I wasn't there to help somebody that I knew, then nobody would help them. So I have to be the one that takes that charge and helps them and makes them feel better, even if I'm not feeling good, because then at least I know that they feel great. And that might give me a little bit of feeling that I was um
Someone impactful?
yeah, someone impactful, someone that could help them in their time of need instead of just letting them be in their own sufferings by themselves.
Like suffering in silence.
Exactly.
So would you feel like along with photography, one of the main things you want to do in life is be an impact to others?
Exactly, yeah.
And how you plan to do more of that as you graduate?
Um, I feel like the best thing you can do to help people is just be able to, just sit and listen and try to understand them and talk to them. So maybe I might, outreach to the youth as like in high school when you talk to like different people, or maybe like at church where you talk to like the youth, let them know, hey,
Like youth empowerment?
yeah, exactly, like that. Or, there's always the root of charity, nothing wrong with charity either too.
Yeah, I agree. Because even for me, senior year, I remember we had my friend of mine who actually on the podcast before, shout out Aaron. He had introduced me to this organization department called the 100 Black Men, and I remember through them we did a lot of community service. We when it's Thanksgiving, we had cooked like a bunch of turkeys, giving out a lot of stuff to people who may not have had it. Along with that, we had this youth empowerment fundraiser, and I was a part of that to be an MC, and I also had to perform for doing a poem. And just seeing the amount of people that came in, people of different walks of life. We had this blind guy playing the piano. Like they were really giving an avenue for, the young youth to be able to elevate and realize that there is more than just their county limits. I feel like we really need more of that.
Yeah. And I feel like when someone talks to you when you're going through your developing years, that leaves such a lasting impact on how you live your life um from then onwards, it really helps you, it really changes the way you look at life. I feel like when you're younger, you're starting to develop your lens on how you look at life. And when somebody who like has more experience with life or has gone through the things that you might be going through, it helps you change the way you look at things and maybe your entire life from then on.
So for you, like whenever you're saying like that you want to empower these, do you think you'll join like an organization, whether if it's on campus or something like that, to be able to help early, or is that something you will focus on once you concluded with your college?
I feel like maybe it's something I want to do when I conclude with college. Only because I just want to obviously I want to get my career taken care of, and then I want to go out and help people with maybe some of the resources I gained from my career. Um, but it's joining an organization isn't completely out of the picture just right now. I don't feel like maybe that's the move I want to take.
But maybe like next year potentially.
Maybe next year.
Because freshman year, I mean, it has been hard on all of us. Would you say so?
Yeah, it's been devastatingly hard at some points, but um, you just gotta you just gotta be able to see the good, even as feels like the world is kind of like falling apart a little bit, and you gotta be able to reach out, talk to people, and be able to look for help and be able to see the world see the world in a different light, even if it seems like everything is going really bad. Like I had to leave my room. I had to change my room because of my roommate. I had to. I was going through like some really like huge anxiety when I was starting to get here, and I just felt. And ever since I've like started to talk to people, started to reach for help, and really like changed the way that that way that I was stuck at like thinking when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Life's just been getting better and better, honestly.
And I remember you did say you like come from a small town, right?
Yeah, the Cuban. It's kind of small, yeah.
But I mean, at least compared to out here in Savannah.
Yeah, compared to Savannah, the place might as well be a dot on like on a map.
I mean, like I said, there's more fun things to do out here, or
Yeah,
to be explored.
yeah. There's so many things to do because instead of it just being like a high school where you basically already like have about the same upbringing. You meet these people with so differing ways that they go about life and ways that they think or ways that they communicate that there's always something to do or something to talk about or people to meet, and it's just so fun, honestly.
So far, what is one thing you've noticed from people being raised differently that made you say, "Wow, I would have never thought people would do this"?
Um, what makes I feel like one thing that kind of that people around here tend to have about them that make them do certain things that are a little bit different than what I'm used to is they just tend to be a little bit more free spirited. I want to say about the way that they do things. I guess because when I was at my high school, I was always raised to never really go to parties or never really like be like slouching or a little bit lazy or procrastinate whatsoever. Always got to keep your head up and you always got to do all these things. But over here, it's just a little bit more lax compared to what I'm used to being exposed to. People are a lot more okay with being a little bit more relaxed and just doing what feels, I guess, I don't want to say easy, but um, not always choosing like the hardest option, but choosing a mix between easy and hard options.
So for you, like you saying that everyone party and stuff like that might not being something you're used to,
Yeah.
is that something you gotten into now or no?
Not really. I've always had like a mild distaste for a large group of people,
How come?
but I don't know. It just always feels awkward. It always feels slightly out of place. Not like, oh, I don't want to be here, but it's just always been a little bit hard for me to just like associate with the crowd of people rather than just like a few people. I know.
So like you're more like an introverted kind of.
Yeah, I would say that. I'm more like a close circle, keep your circle as absolutely essentially small as you can. And the people that you talk to all the time or that you do things with all the time. And then you have this broader group of people that you talk to. But
They're not really your friends.
they are my friends. It's just there's levels to it, I guess.
Okay, so what are like the levels for you when it comes to, okay, this is a close friend, best friend, acquaintance, associate, like what defines that for you?
So I feel like the way that I would define it is there's like three circles. There's the outer circle, which is people that you know, but you don't know. Like people that you might say hi across the street to, or you might just wave, say, hey, nice to meet you, but you don't really know them and you don't really talk to them like that. Then you have friends, which are people that you talk to every so now and then that you hang out with, you enjoy the company. Um, and they're really good people. And then you have your inner circle, your core group of friends, which it's like childhood friends. If you got into a car crash, who are you calling for help? Those type of people. And yeah, it's just very, very, very close group of friends. And then the friends, the people that you talk to, that you talk to life about, and then your acquaintances.
So for you, when it comes to those friends, you said like right that they help you in a bind. How many do you feel like you truly have?
5, I want to say. Um, I feel like I have 5 people that I just that really helped me through like some dark times, honestly, really dark times, and they've been there for me, and I really appreciate them. Not one day I goes by that I don't like it. Just appreciate the fact that I got to meet these people and I can.
And did you think you was ever gonna get close with them like that, or was it just like?
No, I did not think that. I thought I was gonna be alone in my room. I don't even remember how I met them, honestly.
But still, sometimes that's some of the best, greatest friendships. You don't even remember how they met. Like I got some friends right now. We've been tight for so many years. I still don't even remember how we met.
Yeah, it's just this one moment, and then you just know them.
Click from then.
Exactly, just one moment, and they're the best people you know on earth.
And like for them, did it take the time for it to get to that point, or do you feel like it was just like a fast, like spontaneous thing?
Yeah, I feel like when you have like a really close friend, it's usually snap, like on the spot, or a little bit, or just like there's always just that one moment where you realize, yeah, what I'm saying, this guy or this girl,
That's
she
the one.
legit. Yeah, they legit.
Shoot, I remember it was one time, one of my good friends, and now I met them my senior year of high school and I transferred. Literally, I still don't know how we first started speaking to each other, but there was one class. We had two classes together. One of them we didn't really speak because we weren't as far near each other. But the other class, they had moved us to sit like across from each other. I don't remember us even doing any of the work, and we were just constantly just gaffing and just going on and talking. And literally, we still close to this day, even after graduating. And you think that meeting someone just in one school year, that the relationship wouldn't be as strong, but we still hang out. So if he even had about me this party, but I didn't even get to go because of conflict of time. But literally, I still don't know how we met, and we just close like that. Like I can say that's my dog for real.
Exactly, man. And it's so crazy. You know, it's really crazy how you it's like a butterfly effect, you know. Just one little thing can make like a tornado, like a butterfly can make a tornado, something like that. And yeah, it's really like sometimes you just gotta sit down and you just gotta think about it. Man, I don't even know how I met these people, but I'm glad I met them. You know,
Yeah, it's
glad
like
I met them.
it's like I ain't mad at it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And did you ever feel like you had that like in your high school years or?
Of course, yeah. Not as strong as I got over here though. But yeah, I knew some people. They got me into running. You know, I did cross country. Hated it. It hurt so bad.
What? Man, you like to get in shape?
No, I like running, but man, them races hurt. You know, you just
How
did
far was you like running?
3 miles.
Oh wow,
You got to race
nonstop.
nonstop in one go.
Now see why you hated it.
Cause you just be running, you get to the finish line, and I just felt like I was gonna pass out. They always put cold water on me, but that kind of like shocked me a little bit. It's like when you go to sleep and somebody pours water on you,
Yeah,
like that shock.
like
Yeah, exactly. Had me so dizzy after every race, but
I know you're so glad when it was over.
yeah,
Your calves be hurting. You don't even want to walk.
yeah, man.
Did you ever have to get carried out?
No, I never had to get carried out, but I think one person did. Probably like heat exhaustion. Because if you don't drink enough water, you know, if you're not careful, then you're just gonna pass out.
And you're like you was like on the countryside, so you guys got more sunlight than anything.
Yeah, and it's in Georgia too, so that
Man,
feels
Georgia is just a hot place.
yeah.
There's not one part of Georgia you cannot go in. It's not just
Steaming, like yeah.
like whatever. Like when I was living in Metro Atlanta, they used to be calling Atlanta hot Atlanta.
Oof. Man.
Shoot, but out here it was getting pretty hot for fall though.
Yeah,
Like it took a minute to get cold out here.
exactly. I don't remember Georgia always being like this. I feel like Georgia used to be a lot more moderate in temperature.
But then for a long time, we never really got snow. Remember when the snow outbreak hit? Everybody on social media was posting about that, man.
Exactly. We ain't never get snow like that before. I remember I was driving through it with my mom, and man, whew, you thought the car slick. We ain't had no winter tires. We ain't never had winter tires before.
Oh yeah, because I mean, shoot, we ain't expecting it. I mean, up in the north, they used to all the time. They have inches of snow.
Exactly. Over here, you get a little bit of snow, whole state shut down. Whole state.
Like, was it? Oh yeah, like this year, I remember I saw a bunch of people like on TikTok just like playing in the snow. I was seeing people in the street underwear in the snow. I mean, it was going crazy. Man. So I saw one of these guys. So I used to play. Well, I played some soccer with some time. He was over here like dribbling in the snow barefoot. I don't know how his feet was not cold. Like I said, yo, you a different breed doing that.
Different breed.
Because that guy could do it, not me. I could never. You never catch me barefoot and so you know me, I always be in sandals and everything, but you would never catch me that far.
Cause your feet hurt when they cold. And the worst part about being cold is even when you warm up, you hurt a little bit, you know?
Well, everything when you're cold, everything just hurts more. Like
Yeah.
you'll be cold and man, a smack would hurt a lot more than if it was hot.
Exactly.
Or man, or like if you cut yourself or something like that.
Man, it just hurts so much worse.
Goodness. I remember some of the videos online whenever they'd be like, oh, it's so cold, I could get robbed with a water gun.
You literally could, honestly. Freeze yourself.
I can only imagine. Imagine if they probably happened to someone over that time. They probably have to. They say, "Hey, bro, you better give me this. Or I'm gonna rob you with a water gun." Say, hey, bro, you can have it, bro. You can have it.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Man, you think it's gonna snow like that down here this December coming?
I don't think so. I think we too close to the water for it to happen to us.
But it did snow down here before, so you never know.
But we live right next to the water. Actually,
It snowed in Florida.
I'm curious, like if it does snow like in Savannah, then it's gonna be snow on the ocean in the beach.
More than likely, I mean, because if it snowed in like Tallahassee,
Hmm.
then it probably gonna snow here. And Tallahassee's pretty close to the coast. Yeah, that's close to the coast. Huh?
Huh. Actually, I don't want to see that, but
Man, imagine. I mean, because the only time I've seen like a snowy beach was like some photos in Chicago, like when it starts to snow out there, and they all the way up there in Canada. And, like just imagine seeing the Great Lakes just completely full of water. I mean, it's ice. I mean, I would hate to fall in there.
yeah.
So, in your opinion now, like now that we talk about weather and stuff like this, is there any places like have you ever thought about study abroad? Like, is there any place you want to go? Like, let's say things you get tired of Japan. Is there a place you want to be like, you know what? Let me study here for a little bit, see what's going on.
Honestly, Japan.
Japan, interesting one.
I just always seen like things about it. Obviously, Japan is not this special place on earth where nothing can go wrong or whatever. But I just always felt like maybe intrigued into, maybe looking at Japan and doing all like the places over there or France. France.
What part of France we talking?
Like the terrorist part of France. Like near the towers and stuff like that.
The tower? You talking about Paris?
Yeah, the terrorist trap part. Um, I heard they be going through your pocket. They can pickpocket you really easy over there though.
They were talking about that in my class. Yeah, they do be pickpocketing. I mean, certain countries pickpocketing you should expect. Like, if you're in a very big metropolitan city where a bunch of people is going in, out, in, out, you have to be close to your pockets because someone could easily just teeth that wallet out of your pocket.
And you never gonna see them again.
Exactly. Or they might have some people who they like know do it because I remember there was one person in my class who talking about there's a well known pickpocketer and this one person beat the crap out of him. And it was in France, I think, too.
Yeah, it's just I guess it's the name of the game, honestly. But
Cause me personally, man, that's my worst. That's my worst fear. Anytime I go to any other place, I'm like, I don't want to get pickpocketed. So I'm always on my p's and q's when you're out. When I'm out anyway. Because for me, when I went to my dad's home country, I didn't really. When I was out in the capital city, I didn't really talk too much. I was just more focused on who's walking by me, what's going on here, what's going on there. Because at any given point, I could get distracted. Boom, stuff's gone.
just like that, it's crazy. But
And shoot, if you do go there, do you think you'll find like more like the people up there?
yeah, I think honestly, I think if there is anything in the world that is just so like powerful, it's just meeting people who don't think like you, who think the opposite of what you do, who do things differently, who do things different ways, who have like different outlooks on life. I think when you meet people who think differently than you, it's just so great. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like life.
Love perspectives.
Yeah, and the way that I was thinking about life is one way, but the way that somebody else thinks about life can change my whole like perspective on life. So if I go over to Japan, if I meet different people, I think it's gonna be really great because
Well, how much do you know already?
about Japan, not too much. It's something I do want to like take some time to like learn about. I know I can take a language class. Um, I know Japan, sure, Japanese is the wisest idea to take for a class because of my GPA, but it's still something I want to like look into.
Like, do you only know like a few words, or like you're just like completely like
Completely bare,
clean slate?
clean slate.
So like, you never watched any like shows that they?
I mean, I have, but I haven't really picked, like like one word or two, but you don't really like have like a grasp on how they use it. And I also heard that like in animes or whatever that they make, be seen like at the in the West, they tend to change their language a little bit, so it sounds a little bit more pleasing for Westerners, but it's not usually how they speak I guess, real
The general population.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, I got you. Because I think I remember someone was saying that, or someone who was, one of my friends was learning Japanese, so Japanese is a lot different than what you get in anime and stuff like that. And so, like, you a person like watches anime on like a regular?
So it's seasons, I'm more of I'm more of like a seasonal binger. So 1 week for like some months I would watch any like form of long form seasonal content. And then 1 week I just might watch 2, 3 animes in one sitting. It just depends on the trades the craft. Or what what it feels like right now.
So, what would you say is like your top five animes right now?
Attack on Titan, um, Demon Slayer, Black Clover, um, let's see, that's three. What else? Uh, what else? Look at one. It's like I forgot the name. Superior X it's also good too. And I liked Erased up until like the last episode.
What happened for the last one?
They just kind of like completely ruined the story, man. I don't. It's hard to explain. But it's one of those. It's one of them stories where it's so good, but then they mess up tying the ribbon.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just wish I could remember the show without the ending. Honestly, I love that show so much.
Okay, so as an anime watcher and also seasonal binger, I have to ask you, what is your top five most overrated animes that you've watched? Or
Oh, My Hero Academia is so not good. It's so not
what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
It just feels like a kid's cartoon, which is not bad. Okay, I don't want to say okay, it's just made for kids. This ain't good, but it feels like it could have so much more if it just wasn't like for kids. And I just don't.
So it's like the rating, like TY7.
I don't even know. It's probably like somewhere teen, but and it just doesn't. It feels like it feels like a clone of like a bunch of different animes converged together, and it just feels
Like what kind? It's
like Naruto. It feels like it just feels like I've seen it before. I don't know how to explain it.
is that something that's like a breath of fresh air when you watch it?
Yeah, exactly. It's really the same thing. It feels really generic, but which is nothing wrong because obviously the author put his work into it. It's just personally, I just don't really like it too much. And then let's see some other one.
All my fans are crying right now.
Man, it's not good. I swear it's not good. One Piece.
What?
No.
Oh, yeah. Me, we're gonna have to squabble, bro. We're gonna have to squabble because we're trying to One Piece.
It's too long, cuz. What's 1,000 episodes?
That's the best part.
You know when
Think about it. When you finally finish it, you're gonna be sitting here like, damn.
I was 500 episodes deep and I still didn't like that. It's like I burned out so bad, and then I can't just go back to the episodes and just start back over and like see what I missed because there's 500 episodes before that.
I feel like it gets better at Water 7. Water 7 was probably the arc that I feel like it really started to kick off. But then at the same time, I feel like the first arc was good though.
The first arc was good.
Like East Blue, honestly, East Blue on its own had one of the best arc developments ever. It had the OG crew before we got Robin. And then that fight with Arlong, oh my god.
Yeah,
And
that was so
that
good.
fight was I mean, literally, I was at the edge of my seat watching that in the car. And when Luffy like straight up stomped down on this man and made the whole thing fall down, especially hearing the backstory of Nami. You cannot lie. The author does a lot of work into the backstories. And I feel like that's what makes this show kind of like longer than what it is.
But yeah,
Because think about if it was a book, like think about like put manga aside. If One Piece was like this book that you were reading, I feel like it's one of those books that would be like the teacher would use in a classroom because it's so long and only certain individuals can be able to fathom the amount that it brings.
I mean,
because it tackles everything.
it does, but like if it was just paced a little bit better, if it just I'm not really too I don't really like it when it's just 1,001 episodes of just backstory on backstory because that burns me out very quickly.
I feel you.
It's like when I was watching that Demon Slayer movie, I'm like, hey, is this just like infinite backstory? Did I misread the titles? I'm just
I'm not even gonna get to see the movie yet either. I'm still.
oh my fault, bro.
No, I'm still on season 1.
Shoot.
I got a long way to go. I think I'm only on episode 8. I really have not got. Everyone's been telling me, "Yo, get into it," but like, it's not like Demon Slayer's a bad anime.
Yeah.
It's not really for animes that take place during that period of Japan. It doesn't really entertain me. I could find myself watching Inuyasha more,
Yeah.
and a lot of people I feel like overlooking Inuyasha. Inuyasha would at his prime was really good at. But tell me the rest. What's the last 3? Because you're gonna give me a heart attack with that One Piece, man.
Oh, let's see. I don't even know. I feel like them the only 2 ones I really know. Trying to think. I'm trying to think. I would say, bro, it's another one. I don't got good memory. I don't remember. But I guess I'm just gonna nominate them two. I guess if I come back, I'm gonna nominate the other 3. But
Shoot, I know I have one that some people probably won't get on before
yeah,
Bleach.
honestly, valid.
Cause
Really,
listen, like, listen, I know Ichigo, everyone, but like, I couldn't get past the first season. Just it's like the music is good.
yeah,
The music, cause that first opening song was really good. Like that was really good, but it just was the show was just not enough to make me just sit there and completely just watch it all the time. Like I really would have to like yeah, I really would have to just like someone have to literally sit me down and push me to watch it. And I feel like it's one of those shows kind of similar to One Piece. It gets better as the show goes on. But then it's one of those things where it's like, if it doesn't hit you on the first go, it's not going to do. Like One Piece episode 1, it did, like One Piece, I feel like it really, especially even with season 1, it got good when it got to Zoro's part. Like I feel like it got good as the story goes on, but it had so much slapstick comedy. And that's what I think it was at first. Like, it was like, it felt so comedic that sometimes you have to wonder, like, how much seriousness did it get? But then when it got serious, it was like, damn.
yeah.
But then it would get jokey again. You'd be like, okay, are we joking or are we serious? Like, I think the the writer was like, honestly, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna make a story where it's comedic and also serious. Most pirate stories is always serious. So it's either getting the money or getting executed. You're fighting this person, and then using the Marines too. But then sometimes certain things it's like illogically, like how could 9,000 people get knocked out with shots going flying everywhere and just be asleep? Like you mean to tell me that you cannot beat someone to the point of death, but people can't die?
Yeah, it's great.
Like that always kind of like was like threw me off. Like one thing I liked a little bit about my hero is that there was like when Deku would get his arms broken, his legs broken, the way this man would just his body was just depleted. I'm just like, dang,
Yeah,
like it was brother, like you at this point you don't need nobody to beat you up. You're beating yourself up.
exactly. And I think that was so powerful, but then they just lost it. You know, he suddenly every time he used his power, he had to weigh if he was going to be able to use his arms again. And then after one episode, it ceased to be an issue. You know, it's crazy.
And they never like
They never
when he
explained.
first started fighting too. But like whatever the time when he had fought with Totoro,
Yeah,
that was a satisfying.
yeah,
But it was such a good fight for that time period, that arc.
yeah.
Because think about it, like especially after we saw Uraraka get demolished by Bakugan.
Yeah.
Like he did not give her a chance.
Exactly.
Like he I mean, honestly, I was watching. I couldn't even sit there watching it the last time. And remember, I think you saying that anime that seemed like it was combination of different animes.
Yeah.
You know what that reminded me of? The Buu saga of Dragon Ball when Videl was fighting one of the Majin guys and she was getting hard behind gigs. I mean, it was so hard to watch. You see, Gohan was ready to crash out. Man was about to go Super Saiyan and everything. His dad's like, calm down. My girl is getting for her ass kicked. I mean, if you would go on, you would have done the same thing. You would have gone ready to fight that guy with you.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, there's only so much beating you can watch a person take. Even the people in the crowd was like, "Yo, can you someone stop this match?"
Yeah.
And I think she was a regular human too, taking on those kinds of people. I mean, her Krillin, man, you got to give it to them, man. There's some strong people.
Yeah.
Taking all of that at once. And then back to that single fight between Todoroki and Midoriya. Midoriya's hands were gone. This man was over here. By the time he was done, I'm surprised his fingers even worked still.
Yeah.
Because he was getting blasting ice blast after ice blast after ice, and then he finally made his man use his fire sign. And then this backstory behind why he doesn't even use it too.
Yeah. It's really deep, and
it had a lot of potential at the beginning, but then it just kind of fell off.
Yeah, and then it suddenly just like redeemed him for some reason, honestly. And I just really didn't understand that, honestly. They redeemed him, even though he really wasn't that redeemable as a character.
Because I feel like after after the time when Bakugo and Midori had to fight All Might, that's when I kind of like lost interest in the show.
Yeah.
Because like it was seemed to be a good fight, but at the same time, I know he was freaking scared to fight. But then around that time when I was watching, it was a dub. So because I know it'd be sub because I feel like the dub version of My Hero Academia, it's okay. It's okay.
I think
Like,
okay, it's a stretch.
because okay, with Midoriya's voice, right? It matched his demeanor, but it too much matched the demeanor.
Yeah, he just sounds like he's squealing a little.
Wimpy. He just sounded like wimpy for too long. You know, you kind of remind me of. Well, it kind of sounds like Rick and Morty from Rick and Morty. Oh my god, you can't laugh. You're like, oh my, don't kill the professor. But then at the same time, there's certain dub animes where it works. Like One Piece, the sub works so much better. Even though it's both voiced by a girl, dub voice Luffy, even though I can get through the anime faster because it's dub and you can understand it, I'm more locked in when it is the Japanese version because there's something about hearing that gomu gomu no. It's different than just hearing gomu gomu. It doesn't have that same hit.
And then it's also when you read subtitles, you look at the subtitles and you look at what's happening.
You have to focus. You're like a charm.
When you watch dub, you can kind of zone out and still kind of pick up on what's happening.
And sometimes the voice, it's like when it's voiced by the same people all the time, it's just like, damn. Like get some spice. Like spice it up. Like sometimes you be hearing the voice. Like I was watching this one anime, and the dude literally sounds like Android 17's voice actor in the dub.
Probably was, honestly. Sometimes I'd be looking at it like, dang, they really don't got that many voice actors for English.
But a hot take though,
But
dub Goku's better than sub.
brother man.
Like, cause listen, I'm sorry for the kind of person he is. That girl voice does not work. I'm sorry. And then probably like I have like a little sister, and she's just mad at you, and she's telling her mom like, "No, he doesn't let me go." But dubs, but no, I feel like dub and sub sort of works. Both of them work because we have to say jumping jumbo. It just has this kind of hit.
Yeah.
And then another hot thing. Dub Naruto isn't as bad as people made it out to be. I feel like Dub Naruto sounds a little bit better than sub.
Honestly, I haven't listened to the sub, so I can't give too much commentary on that. But honestly, I agree.
I mean, it's both black girl, but it just hits different for the fact of the matter of I feel like for like the fight scenes, sub Naruto works.
Yeah.
Because you got that saying that and something about that just hits different. But when you hear on like a normal, like general talking scale, Miley Flanagan's voice works so much better. You know what's crazy? She's from Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like really we've been having a Hawaiian Naruto. It's either Hawaiian Naruto or Japanese Naruto.
I would have never known that, honestly.
Yeah.
That's really sick.
And then the thing that makes even dub Goku so iconic too is just the fact of the matter when he yells, when that Super Saiyan 3 came out, it did not hit the same with the sub. Literally, the voice actor, male voice, the English voice actor for Goku passed out. Yep.
Hey, that's how you know you play solo.
And not to mention Dragon Ball Super. Did you watch Dragon Ball Super?
Oh, no, not.
Bro, that's the freaking yells, bro. Like, especially when they get to the God Camp, they really have that ascending in it is really good. Honestly, I'm kind of it's sad that like it ended the way it did, but of course, rest in peace, Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
But that one you gotta watch. But honestly, that was the best. I don't know. I mean, it depends on if you're going by arcs or what, because some people make the season different. From what I know, it's like 4 seasons, best 4 season. I think in the whole Dragon Ball franchise, because it tackled everything that was in the other ones. Because I feel like a lot of people did not really focus on watch Dragon Ball. I feel like everyone just went to Dragon Ball Z, and they shouldn't have done that because you missed so much plot that leads to Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, can't skip off on
that fight with Goku and Piccolo back when they were enemies, brother. That was the biggest. Goku learned how to fly. This man got a blast through his chest. This man got stomped on in front of everybody. And that fight again would not hit the same if it wasn't in dub.
Yeah, let's see. For real. You only hear like the dub screens. You don't really hear the sub screens.
Yes. It's great. Anime I say was low key and great though. Low key. So
it was alright. Honestly,
I feel like it was getting a break.
It was alright.
Like I mean the reboot. I was not interested in watching the reboot. But Soul Eater itself, it actually is a good anime. It just again kind of like with One Piece, it played around so much.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that one scene with that naked cat, I'm just like,
it's like I just that's Monkey Fire Force 2, man. I like that for
and it's made by the same. It's made by the same creator.
I can see.
You don't see it in the design.
I didn't know. I didn't like pay too hard attention on that, but yeah, honestly.
But honestly, I feel like Fire Force kind of lost its habit. I don't really hear nobody really talking about watching Fire.
Because it's just so cheeks. I tried to watch season.
Cheeks, it's crazy.
No, it's like first season, bang. Second season, bang.
Third
season, what you do? Exactly. I'm like season 3 drop. What's this? Why ain't I getting that about it? I actually
One Punch. Overrated. I'm not.
Yeah, it is.
Because like from like yeah, because One Punch Man. I'm sorry, it was just like we get it. You can punch everybody and they'll go away, but it's like I like how they had that one episode where he was actually fighting people and actually getting like a fight out of the people, but at the same time, it just seemed like he really did not have any substance. Like, oh, what's your name? Saitama. And then what's the one guy's name with the robot arm?
I forgot, but I know what you're talking about.
That dude, when he wanted Saitama to be his master, he tried to fight Saitama. I'm like, bro, do you know Saitama could have freaking ended you in one punch and you would have been done? I mean, literally he lives up to the name, but like literally Saitama was going easy on him.
Exactly. It's great.
And even like when they had the big boss, like literally sometimes like, okay. Like, bro, give it some emphasis, man.
Exactly. I feel like when you got a main character, he gotta have a weakness. He can't be that strong because then
he's just a regular human.
Yeah.
Just doing push-ups and everything. You train so hard, you got bald. That kind of scared me. I'm like, damn. Imagine I'm training so hard, I got bald. But in your opinion, what anime do you feel like motivated a lot of dudes to get in the gym?
What anime?
Well, Naruto. I mean, not Naruto. Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, yeah.
One Punch Man too, because they probably saw
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but I know a lot of people who say they never got them in the gym. But who do you feel is the most fit anime character?
Only guy I know. So, I guess it would probably be probably so.
Oh yeah, probably that was a unit. Did you watch the? Damn, you didn't watch Dragon Ball Super, bro?
Bro, I see the edits.
Get there, bro.
I see the edits.
Forget the edits. You need to watch that because first you need to watch the original Broly.
Yeah,
the original Broly, because that one, oh my gosh, that one was peak. But this one, it gives Broly a bigger story. Because before, Broly was just, in my opinion, the first Broly did was like one of those experiment movies that actually worked. Because literally, he was mad that Goku would not stop crying. Literally, that was his biggest thing. And then, he was not considered a low class lane, and they tried to kill him. No, they actually, allegedly did kill him, stabbed him, and left him and his dad dead. So he had more of a hate for Vegeta than he was supposed to have with Goku. And then Vegeta, well, you gotta watch it. You just have to watch it.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna watch that.
Literally, it's one of the movies where you're like, damn, this man was a menace.
I haven't watched that.
And the new one,
Slap.
Man, listen, the new one after Dragon Ball Super ended, that was a good way to introduce people to say, okay, now you need to go to the manga. Because once you get to that part and Broly became the canon, that changed the whole, like literally, like when he got out there, they got straight to it. Like there was not no, this is there. They got to the backstory, but they got straight to it, and it was just like, what? You made this canon too? Bro, making Gogeta canon was the best thing they could have ever done. Especially after, did you watch the Gogeta movie? Bro,
So many movies.
That movie. And think about it. You want to make some voice? Bro, all the episodes of One Piece, think about how many movies they got. That's the thing about anime, bro. And then the thing is with me and anime, it's like this. I would have to have someone who is like, has time on their hands to tell me how to go from show to movie, show to movie, show to movie. Because some of the movies, I don't really think are canon, but they put them in there. Some of them I think they are. But then again, it's been a minute since I was like tap that thing. That's in my anime stuff.
See, the method I use is I just look up online. What order do I watch?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't do that, you go be lost, bro.
Truly. But yeah. All right, man, I'm tapping.
See, you know what? That's going to be the next thing on the podcast. Next time we get on here, you're going to tell me how it was watching those things.
All right, man.
That's a big. That's a pleasure having you on here. Y'all guys, this has been another episode of Word on the Street. Afro is out. Big K is so. You already know.